What's going on, y'all? My name is Tashombe Berry, and welcome back to the channel. I'm restarting this series for the new year because I'm locked in, I'm focused, and I'm ready to shed these last 20 pounds. I've been on Reddit True Tide for about a year now, and even though it's helped me in some ways, I haven't been able to drop the weight I expected. So this year, I'm changing my approach, tightening up the habits, and doing things differently. So let's talk about the weigh-in. Right now, I'm sitting about 267. And honestly, I've been stuck around this range for a minute now, for at least the last 6 to 7 months, bouncing between 265 and 276. No matter what I do, I can't seem to break out of this window. But here's the thing, even though the scale hasn't moved the way I want it to, I'm in better shape than I've ever been in. My endurance is up, my strength is up, I've built muscle, I feel better in my body. So it's like I haven't been stagnant, but I still want to see that number on the scale hit 250. Let me know if you feel the same way. I know people out there are pushing their hardest to see a number on the scale, even though they feel better, they have more muscle, they can run further, they can do whatever, but for some reason we like to see a certain number. 250 was my goal. It's still my goal. And that's why I'm switching things up. I'm not giving up. I'm not starting over. I'm just adjusting. I'm just adjusting my strategy so that I could break through this plateau and get my momentum back. So let's talk about what I am going to do to get my momentum back. So again, like I said, I was using Reddit True Tide for about the last year now. Or I don't know, not a year, maybe 6, 7 months. And I will say it did everything that I needed it to do. I lost weight and I built muscle. The reason why I chose Retatrutide is because I felt like I was losing too much fat and not gaining enough muscle. And although I am doing, very hybridish type things like the running and the weightlifting, and I was doing a lot of Spartans and all of that, um, yeah, I felt good. I feel good. I didn't lose a lot of muscle. I don't have a lot of loose skin. I mean, like I said, it did what it was supposed to do. But at this point in the game, I want to lose that fat. I want to see what 250 looks like. And I just want to see what it looks like, really. And um, so what I decided to do was to switch from Retatrutide, back to Trizipatide. And I'm also using Cagrilitide. Now, um, I don't know who's watching this who's familiar with these peptides and even where to get them, but I can go more in depth in that in a later video if wanted or needed. But uh, the Trizipatide will help with that appetite suppressant again. The Cagrilitide is another appetite suppressant, and I find that I do really good with that one. So I decided to keep it. And then with the Retatrutide, like I said, that helped build the muscle, but I want to burn the fat, and then I can go back to the Reta or whatever else I choose to try to use. I try to use my body to see how these things affect me, and they've been doing a good job so far. All right, so again, I'm no medical professional, but I can let you know how I use it and how it works for me. All right, now let's get into the next segment of this, and it is my fit tech of choice that I use that helps my workouts quite a bit. Um, Anybody who knows who goes to the gym, you can't forget your headphones. That's why I want to start with the headphones. Your headphones, your earbuds, whatever it is. Today, I want to highlight the Skullcandy Method 540 ANC. It's a long name, but I want to go ahead and highlight these because these earbuds are definitely top tier. Now, you've never seen me do any videos on earbuds and anything, so you might not think I know much about earbuds, but I have all of them. I have all of the ones coming out, all of the cool ones, the ones that clip on the ear. I got all that. But these stood out to me because the ANC is amazing. Okay, I use them in gyms, and some gyms are loud. Some gyms have really loud music, and I can't hear any of that. You know, when I have them in, I can just focus on the workout. Now, if you run, you like to just focus on whatever you're listening to, or focus with just the run itself. And these are just amazing. They're just amazing. Now, if you didn't know, these earbuds are a collaboration of Skullcandy with Bose. So what I want you to imagine is the sound, the sound quality of Skullcandy is good, but they're known for their bass. And I want you to imagine the bass of Skullcandy with the quality of Bose, all wrapped up in one package. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. I'm telling you, it is amazing. So when it comes to earbuds, if you are considering getting a new pair or just trying a pair out, I suggest these Bose Method 540 ANC earbuds because, like I said, they are top tier quality and the price, top tier quality at a budget price. So, really, if you ask me, you are getting a steal because you are getting the quality of Bose for the price of Skull Candy. Really, that's really what it is. The quality of Bose with Skull Candy with a Skull Candy price point. So check them out. All right, so now let's get into the week's challenge. All right, so since the new year, I have been sticking to pretty much the same challenge. I haven't signed up for any competitions or any obstacle course runs or anything like that. I'm really feeling like that was a last year thing, and now I've created the habits I need to continue to move forward without having to spend all this money on different races and runs and stuff like that. I'm pretty locked in to where I know I need to be in the gym however many days a week and what workouts I need to do, and I'm really good with that. I'm really these habits have become a lifestyle. So, I have committed to running at least 10 miles a week. I use an app called Runner for Weight Loss, and I've talked about it numerous times on this channel. And it basically, sets up my runs for me. Um, it's usually 3 a week, but I've been doing 4 a week, and it just set it and forget it. You know what I'm saying? I set it. It tells me when to run, when to walk, when to sprint, when to do everything, and then at the end, I'll have a distance that I've run. At this point now, my runs have been 3.5 miles. So at that rate, I should be at 14 miles a week. But again, my goal is 10 miles a week, and I just want to make sure that I at least get those 10 miles a week. Just so I stay consistent. I want something I can stay consistent on. Running really does good for me. Also, I have an app called Gym Streak, which I'm not really too good about that. But I also have another one called Gymverse. That's the one that I've been using a majority of the time, and I've been using that for years now. And that one, it just sets up my workouts for me, so that I can set it and forget it again. Like it'll be 5 workouts. It'll let me know what 5 workouts I need to do, how many sets, reps I need to do, and I just go in there, get it done, and it's easy. Mainly because I want to go to the gym and just do what I need to do and get out of there and go about the rest of my day. And with me recording, a lot of the times when I'm in the gyms, that's already going to take a large amount of time. And so I don't want to be in there trying to record my workout while trying to figure out what I need to do, or trying to put a workout plan together and all that stuff. No, with this weight loss thing, with the journey, you want to make things as easy as possible on yourself. Because as long as it's easy, as long as you don't have you think about things at a very minimal amount, then you know that you'll show up again the next day. But the more work you have to do on top of the actual workout, it just, it takes that drive away. It takes your initiative away because you're just like, oh my God, I got to do this before I even get into the workout. You already got to worry about what you got to eat, what shakes you got to drink, what pre-workout. I mean, you got so many things to worry about. It's a lot. So, the best thing for most people is to just get in there, have something that's already set up for you, and you just go do it and get out of there. And know that you got the workout that you needed that day. Now, I also use my Apple Watch. So if you have an Apple Watch and you want to, link up and we can share each other's workout progress and all that. Um, it's good because I'm always trying to close my rings, and I'm always just trying to make sure that I at least get that done for the day so that I can move on. Now, some days I'm closing rings 2 and 3 times, and I like that. But some days I just need to close a ring, close my gym ring, and maybe close my move ring, and just be good with that for the day. So you can't be 120% every single day, but I shoot for 120% every single day. So that's my challenge. And one more thing before we get into the recap. I have found that taking a day to rest, the benefits of it are just, they definitely outweigh that mentality of I need to push 7 days a week, no days off. I commend anyone doing 7 days a week because I did 7 days a week for a long time. And the main reason why I did 7 days a week is because I was scared. I was scared that if I took a day off, that all of everything would go away. I would gain all the weight back. I would get lazy again. All the motivation would be gone. The habits would be gone. Everything. And I say that not because I'm just scared. I say that because it's happened numerous times. So I'm not speaking from what could happen. I'm speaking from what has happened numerous times. And so for me, I had to get into a position where I felt comfortable taking a day off, knowing that after that day, I knew that I would bounce back and get back in the gym. Back in the day, it would be hard to go from one day, just one day off. It would be hard to just get back in the gym after that. And I know a lot of people can relate to that because it is, you have these resolutions. A lot of people, I've had resolutions for years and years and years. And yeah, and it goes good for a good 3 months. And then I take that day off and it all goes out the window. I gain all the weight back. I'm lazier than before. And I go back into that dark place, and I don't want that anymore. So I'm comfortable now. I'm very comfortable to know that I can take a day off, relax, like really relax, and not worry about it, and know that the next day I'll get back in there and I'll work out. And now I feel better after a day off, if you can believe that. After a day off, when I let my legs, my body recover and I go back in the gym to do a run, my body feels so much better, to where like the run would have been really hard um before the break, and after it just seems to feel so much better. I'm sure there's a science to this, but and to be honest, a lot of people told me to take breaks all through this journey. But again, um, sometimes you have to be stubborn and do what you know is going to work for you. And if you know taking a break is a bad thing to do because it's gonna take that momentum away, then you know you better than I do, and I know me better than you do. So it took me a long time for me to feel comfortable with that, and I mean, even to the point where I got hurt one time trying to hike, fell, messed my toe up, and still showed up the next day in the gym and found something to do because I did not want to take any days off because I knew I could use that as an excuse on why I didn't achieve whatever goals I'm looking to achieve. And a lot of people do that. I've done that plenty of times. And so, you know, some things you just gotta you gotta weigh, you know, how likely are you to get back in the gym? And and a workout isn't always going to the gym and running 3.5 miles and lifting all the weights and all that stuff. If you are afraid to take a day off, then take a walk. On that day off, take a nice, easy walk. Do something that is not going to be so aggressive and so painful. Take a nice walk for a mile. You know what I'm saying? Do something that is still gonna keep you in that rhythm without burning yourself out. And again, people have told me all of these things and I didn't listen, and I've burnt out plenty of times. And so I'm here to tell you breaks, taking a rest day or 2 rest days a week is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. It's great for your body. It's great for your mental health. It's great for everything. So when you feel ready, definitely give it a try. All right. So now to recap, I reintroduced myself, talked about my weigh in, and the long stall I've been in. Why I'm searching or why I'm switching my approach. Um, I also highlighted Skullcandy Method 540 ANC and why they are the best earbuds in the game for me right now. And I will be doing other reviews on other videos that or other reviews on other earbuds and headphones that might not be as good, but are still great. Some things are based on budget. But at this point in the game, there are some great earbuds out there that do not cost an arm and a leg. Do not cost $400, $350. All that. You don't have to spend all that to get a great pair of earbuds or headphones. All right. And I also laid out what my weekly challenge is, which is 10 miles a week. And for those who want to get into running or walking, it might be beneficial for you to set like each week I need to walk this many miles, or I need to run so many miles, or jog so many miles, or whatever, and make that your goal. Maybe that'll be easier. You know what I'm saying? Like um, you got to play with what works for you and use that to your benefit, to your advantage. Use the things that work for you to your advantage. Make it fun. Make it to where you want to do it again the next day. We already know working out sucks. We already know it's hard. We already know all of these things, but we also know that we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't run because I love running and running is so cool. I run because I can, because I've been in a situation where I couldn't. I run because to have the ability to do so again, it outweighs sitting on the couch and not being able to do anything. Um, so when you accomplish certain goals, you need to, what I say, respect the gains. You have to respect the gains. You have to enjoy the process. You got to embrace the pain. It's going to hurt. You know what I'm saying? These are my things that I say, but I say them because they mean so much to me. I have embraced the pain, the so much pain. You know, I've tailored my workouts to where I enjoy them, or I enjoy when they're done. But you know what I'm saying? I enjoy them, and and I respect the gains. Even if I took a second off of my run, that's a gain. If I add 5 pounds to my bench press or whatever, I respect that because it's not easy. It's not easy. And so you need to respect that. And once you respect it, then you will continue to grow because you're going to keep looking for that win. You're going to keep going and showing up for that win. And even if you don't add 5 pounds to whatever, it's so much better than saying, I used to be able to do this and I used to be able to do that. I used to like I used to say that all the time. I used to be able to run a mile without stopping. I used to be able to do, but once you a- attain those goals, once you get back to that level again, that feels so great. That feels so much greater than being Al Bundy talking about how you used to, like, you scored 4 touchdowns in a game in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that feeling of I can. I can get out here and I can go play a game of basketball and know I can actually compete. I could play football if I want. I could compete. You know what I'm saying? I might get hurt because I'm old, but I know I can compete. And I love that feeling. So, like I said, I don't do it because I just wake up like, hell yeah, I want to run, or hell yeah, I love it. No, I do it because I can. And I do it because I know what it feels like when you can't. And I don't ever want to feel like that again. So, yeah. And with that being said, all right. I know this video ran a lot longer than I thought it would, but I had a lot to say, and this is my channel, so I'm gonna say it. Um, yeah. So if you're out there doing your thing, keep chasing those goals, embrace the pain, enjoy the process, and respect the gains. And I'll see you at the next video. All right.